Paano pagka nakabili ka ng property pero may sabit or merong problema? For example, yung nagbenta sa'yo is nameke pala ng mga dokumento. There is a new decision by the Supreme Court entitled Spouses Manalese or Spouses Manalis. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. So, for this video, Manalese na lang ang pag-pronounce natin. So, Spouses Manalese versus the estate of the late spouses Narciso and Ofelia Ferreras. Before we discuss this case, I would like to inform you that we release our new ebook para to dun sa mga gustong bumili ng properties, but before that, gusto muna nilang malaman yung basics. And syempre, para makaiwas sa panloloko, this ebook is entitled Home Buying Hacks. And dito sa ebook na to, merong mga video tutorials. Just click any of the links in the description for you to avail a copy of the ebook. Once mapanood nyo tong video, mas maganda bumili na kayo ng ebook while in its introductory price. So back to our topic. The general rule or the prevailing rule is that in dealing with the registered lands o yung mga properties na titulado, there is no need to inquire beyond the four corners of the Torrent Certificate of Title. So, ang ibig sabihin yan, ang reference mo lang para makita mo kung clean title ang property is dun ka lang titingin sa Certificate of Title. However, there are some recognized exceptions. Halimbawa, there are facts that the buyer needs to investigate further. Halimbawa, yung transaction or property raises suspicion, or halimbawa, yung property na binibenta is being occupied by another person, so dapat mag-verify ka. And dito sa case na i-discuss natin, sinabi na kailangan niya ring mag-verify maski sa mismong Register of Deeds. So, ito yung mga facts dito sa case na to. Spouses Manalese purchased 2 parcels of land from Pinpin. Itong si Pinpin, nagpresenta ng certificates of title in her name. And si Pinpin claimed to have bought the properties from the original owners. Ito yung the late Narciso and Ofelia Ferreras. Pinpin showed a deed of sale as proof of her ownership, which then allowed spouses Manalese to transfer the titles to their names. However, natuklasan to ni Danilo Ferreras. Ito yung administrator ng estate ng spouses Narciso and Ofelia Ferreras. Itong si Danilo, he challenged the validity of these titles, claiming that the properties still legally belong to the estate. So, ang sabi ni Danilo, he alleged that Pinpin fraudulently obtained duplicate titles by submitting a false affidavit of loss and a forged deed of sale. Mamaya, i-discuss natin. She then used this to sell the properties to spouses Manalese a year later. So, ang argument ni spouses Manalese, they were innocent buyers daw who just relied on what appeared to be clean titles. Pero ang hatol dito ng mga korte, halimbawa itong Regional Trial Court, yung Court of Appeals, hanggang sa Supreme Court, si spouses Manalese are not buyers in good faith. So, buyers in bad faith sila because they failed to investigate the property's ownership history despite warning signs. So, yung mga red flags. So, ito na yung i-discuss natin. Ano ba yung mga red flags na yan? First, the deed of sale presented by Pinpin was executed and notarized after the death of the original owners. Ito si spouses Narciso and Ofelia. Si Ofelia, she died in 1992. Pero itong si Narciso died in 2005. Yung sale to Pinpin was in 2009. So, ito naman yung second na dapat daw nakita ng buyers, spouses Manalese. Si Pinpin, she purchased the properties for only 250,000 in 2009. Pero binenta niya kaagad yan in 2010 in the amount of 3,300,000 pesos. So merong massive increase in value. So nakakapagtaka na kaagad. As found by the lower court, binenta ni Pinpin ang properties for a little more than a year nung nalipat din sa name niya yung titulo ng properties. So nung nakarating yung kaso sa Supreme Court, the Supreme Court upheld the lower court's findings, stressing that the buyers must check both the certificate of title and the registry of deeds records before purchasing the land. Relying solely on the certificate of title is insufficient, especially if there are signs of fraud or irregularity. The Supreme Court ruled that the buyers who ignore such suspicious facts cannot claim to be in good faith. In this case, spouses Manalese failed to investigate despite multiple warning signs, making them liable for not exercising due diligence. In this case, it was highlighted na pag reissued ang titulo, katulad dito sa case na to, kasi nga nag-affidavit of loss si Pinpin, dapat daw mag-imbestiga pa ng malalim yung buyers. So since spouses Manalese were dealing with duplicate certificates, sabi ng Supreme Court, they should have verified these with the Registry of Deeds, which would have revealed the fraudulent transactions. So sa madaling sabi, para mas madali yung maunawaan, dapat daw kasi, since meron na mga warning signs or red flags, hindi lang dapat nag-rely si buyer doon sa certificates of title. Dapat mas lalo pa daw silang nag-imbestiga. Halimbawa, pumunta muna daw sila dapat sa Registry of Deeds para alamin talaga ano bang nangyari dito sa mga certificates na to. Para din ma-verify yung affidavit of loss, para din ma-verify kung tama ba na may deed of sale in favor of Pinpin na executed nung namatay na yung mga sellers. So that's it for today's topic. Kahit sobrang ikli lang ng discussion natin today, sana marami kayong natutunan. For now, please like this video, share this with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and do not forget to hit that notification bell icon para ma-notify kayo ng mga next videos ko na i-upload. Thank you very much. Do not forget to buy my ebook.